Hello, Abigail here with the Tarotscopes for Aquarius season, Sagittarius sun, moon, and rising. My Sagittarius humans, this Aquarius season is intense and wild. And also, it's important to note that our next season is eclipse season. It is kind of a straddling eclipse season, the one where we're between signs. So the first one will be in Pisces, the last one will be in Aries. You're like, it's not Pisces season yet or Aries season yet. Abigail, why are you telling us? Because when we get closer to eclipses, and even if not, depending on where your nodes are and stuff, you will feel that gravitational pull towards those eclipses. And that is kind of the direction that Aquarius season is heading. We are also still under the Mars retrograde, and that ends in Pisces season. So we're being pulled towards that. There's just so much. It's regressive and forward thinking at the same time. I will say I'm noticing with the Mars retrograde that things aren't happening that we really want to happen, but things are happening kind of in the nick of time, in the right time, in a really weird way with things that we never considered happening. So look out for that. Also, as we head towards these eclipses, as we move through Aquarius season, as we are in 2025 with these huge planetary shifts, because this is kind of our official entrance into 2025 as a full season, because the Gregorian calendar slices Capricorn season down the middle. We do have Saturn and Neptune moving into Aries. We have Uranus moving into Gemini. Pluto has just moved into Aquarius in astrology time. So this whole year is a year of shedding. Unless you have a really specific birth chart, none of us are really getting our roots down this year. A lot of us are planting and releasing and preparing in 2025. So do not feel bad if you feel regressive, if you feel held back, if you feel like things just aren't progressing. It's because you're having to let go and process and release stuff for the kind of permanency when it comes to Neptune, Saturn, and Uranus once we get into 2026. And I know it seems like a long ways away, but with astrology, once again, astrology time, it's really fast. So buckle up for this year. Let this year be what is going to be. Do not put expectations on yourself, realistic or otherwise. Every year, we're nothing close to the person we were when we started the year. But I think specifically this year, you are going to, if you decide to progress with this energy, you're going to be multiple iterations of yourself. Pardon, I have tummy issues. There we go. With yourself by the time we hit 2026. So don't put pressure on yourself. Everything is changing. I love your indicator card, which is fire. You are a fire sign. This is very one-to-one. A couple of the other signs got air and it wasn't their sign. It was all about kind of embodying Aquarius season. With fire, this is about embodying you, how you work, what you want, what you need to do, where you need to go. It's about allowing yourself to be what you need to be. Sagittarius is a fire sign, and you guys are very passionate and forward moving, but you're still mutable. And the one thing that can happen in mutable signs is you can try, it doesn't work long term, but you can try to fit yourself in a vessel that is not appropriate for what you need. You can try to bend and twist and turn to be something that you aren't in order to satisfy expectations, people, to survive. And this Aquarius season, it's about burning that container down. It's about being who you are at whatever cost. It's about believing in yourself and trusting that you, as the essence of who you are, has a path, has a place, has progress, even if you do not toe the line socially, even if you do not toe the line with what is acceptable for a timeline, whatever that means. So this is the season to do you. We have a 6 of Cups. I do think you're going to have to take a trip to the past to ask yourself who you have been. And while some of who we used to be needs to be left in the past, sometimes we leave parts of self that are very essential. We leave parts of self that are needed. We need parts of self that were let go either because they were too tender or too much or too desperate. And it's time to go back and find those parts and bring them home and to allow yourself to be everything that you are. And that includes that tenderness, maybe desperation, maybe survival mode, so that you can care for it and take care of it. And maybe you don't integrate into self per se, but maybe you work on healing it, or maybe you allow yourself to be hungry and desperate and to have needs and to get those needs met. You don't have to live in survival mode, Sagittarius. And it's going to feel a bit survivory, especially at the beginning of Aquarius season. And especially so like beginning and end, especially because of the ending of the Mars retrograde and the Sun Pluto conjunction. But remember that that's okay, that you deserve to thrive. And sometimes we are pushed to a point of desperation or intensity or need, so that we learn to accept what we deserve, so we learn to accept what we need. The next card I do love is the Chariot. This is the card of Cancer. It is very much a message from Mars and Cancer. You are on a great and beautiful journey. The universe is in charge, especially during this retrograde. It ends on February 23rd. And then we go into a Venus retrograde, but that's a whole nother story. Also, something that's pulling us into Pisces season and Mercury retrograde. So don't forget. But the universe is taking you. And the reason I say the universe is taking you, because sometimes the Chariot is 100% us at the wheel. But in this case, it's not. It's because you have Four of Swords. You need to let go. You need to release. You need to allow yourself to recover. And you pushing yourself is only going to lead you into burnout. So let it go. Let the universe take the wheel. Trust that wherever it takes you, that this is best and functions best for your personality and is what you need to grow. And while the universe takes the wheel, you need to take a nap. You need to slow down. I would encourage you during Aquarius season to let go of any extraneous activity. You don't need to be doing extra stuff. A lot of my Sagittarius friends are incredibly helpful and supportive during Aquarius season. When the sun is in detriment, let yourself not be responsible. Let yourself not be the one who has to show up. And everyone's like, oh, Abigail, Sagittarians are not responsible. No, they're deeply responsible. They have this dedication to the universe and the energy, and they feel this need to push it forward. That is not your job right now. That is the universe's job. You need to take some downtime. You need to ask yourself what you need. You really need to let go and stop doing so much, because there's so much more for you than whatever you're dealing with in this moment. And there's a couple signs that are doing a little better. Leo and Gemini are actually, on the up and up a little bit. Everyone else, though, we're all on this journey. And if you have like a moon in Leo and a sun in Aquarius, then, you're going to be dealing with this duality where, emotionally you're going to be doing a lot better. But when it comes to like presentation and being out in the world, you're going to be dealing with some conflict. So just so you're aware. But this Aquarius season is about you getting back your power, about you reorienting yourself and your needs and where you want to go in the future and how you want to move. This is the season to reset that. We have the Strength card, which was last year's card. I have been referring to the fact that it was originally many, many moons ago called Fortitude when the decks were kind of originally kind of thrown together. And this is a reminder that in survival, it is fortitude, and in rest, it is strength. You don't have to endure all the time. It's time to reclaim your needs. And in that reclamation, a lot of your needs are going to be the need to recoup and the need to say, hey, I don't have capacity for this. Hey, I'm not able to meet these needs at this moment. And that is totally okay. And I do love the card at the bottom of the deck because it's the card of this year, the Hermit. All of us, in our own way, regardless of sign, are going through some dark journey of the soul this year. The astrology and the energy of this year are calling us to pivot and reconsider. And the only ways that we can do that really is to get into the dark, to get into our soul, and to listen to our needs and desires. This is the time, I will say, Just because we're in the dark alone doesn't mean you can't reach out for a helping hand. But you are on a journey of self-discovery this year, and you need to listen to that fire within you. You need to recenter and regroup. Um, and maybe you continue on the path for the dreams you have currently. However, you need to approach them differently. Um, Also, I sense that there's a need for you to, um, gosh, let me give you a moment. There is a need for you to renegotiate with the energy how you approach this. That whatever you're pursuing, whatever things you're desiring right now, you need to stop grasping for them and believe that you already have them, even if you're not in that time yet. Believe that you've already accomplished. Believe that you already have what you deserve. Not in the sense that you don't need to like be concerned about actual real problems, but you do need that belief. If Sagittarians do not believe in themselves, they do not have the ability to believe in anything, and that is the worst thing for a Sagittarius human, right? You need to believe. So recenter, listen to yourself, get close to yourself one on one, rest, recuperate, and let the universe do some stuff. And also believe that the stuff that you deserve, you already have. Just waiting for it to come into reality. All right, my loves. I feel very strongly about my Sagittarians. I will see you all in a different space and time. Blessed Aquarius season. Pop any questions you have in the comments, and please subscribe if you have not already.